There's that story of Mullah Nasruddin. He was sitting one day with a group of his followers, and there was a certain air of excitement about them. And then one of them had the courage to speak up and said, "Mullah, Mullah, the fun fair is in town. Can we go? Can we go?" And like a pack of children, they all said, "Yes, Mullah, can we go?" And the Mullah said, "Yes, let's go. This is an opportunity to gain some practical knowledge." So they all trooped off to the fun fair. But when they arrived there, the Mullah went straight for the biggest kiosk that had the most expensive trophies lined up at the front and a very big target. So the Mullah went over and he chose 3 arrows. And then with great aplomb, he marched up, put an arrow in his bow and shot it, and it went way past the mark and fell down to the ground. Well, of course, when the Mullah had gone up to the kiosk, all the townspeople, of course, who knew the Mullah, some liking him and some not liking him, they all gathered around to see what was going to happen. So when he missed the mark, they all tittered amongst themselves and thought, "Oh, this is a chance to bring the Mullah down, you know." And he turned around and he said to them, "Silence!" That was a man who was full of bravado and overconfidence. So then he took another arrow and put it in the bow and shot it. And like a limp piece of cotton, it fell down in front of the target. Well, his followers were all very embarrassed, you know, they were trying to hide themselves. But then the Mullah took, he kind of turned around and looked around, what was it, the fun fair, had a little casual look around, and then he took the 3rd arrow and very nonchalantly turned around and fired and went straight into the bullseye. Well, the Mullah then walked over and chose the most expensive trophy amongst those that were lined up, but of course by this time all of his followers and all of the townspeople that were around were all tittering and gathering and talking amongst themselves. And again the Mullah said, "Silence! Let one of you ask the question that you all want to ask." And so one yokel from the town said, "Tell us, Mullah, who was the 3rd person who fired the arrow?" "Oh," said the Mullah, "that was me." Huineng was the 6th Zen patriarch. But Huineng was just a simple woodsman when he went to the monastery and became a kitchen monk, just stirring the rice, sweeping the kitchen floor. But it came to the time for the 5th patriarch to hand over the cap and gown, so to speak. So he asked the head monk to write a poem to indicate whether he'd gleaned the real meaning of Zen. So the head monk wrote up on the wall, "Our body is the body tree, our mind a mirror bright. Each and every hour we polish it to let no dust alight." But then Huineng happened to be passing from the kitchen. And he drew a line through that poem, and he wrote, "There is no body tree, nor stand of mirror bright. Since everything is emptiness, where can the dust alight?" Now, over these last days and before going away, it was spoken of that we were starting a new link in our chain of exploration. And it brings up the question of emptiness. And as was said on Sunday, it's equally fallacious to say to someone, be empty, as it is to say to them, still your mind. Firstly, because in all of existence, there's no such thing as emptiness. If there were, it wouldn't be existence. Nor can it be, since there is no such thing as a mind as an entity. It can neither be still or in movement, for that matter. But we can explore, we can endeavor to understand what emptiness is for us, because all of us can say at one time or another, we feel empty, I feel void, I feel nothing. And some people think because they move to a state of non-reaction, as we've spoken of so often, that this is a flat line. This is a place where nothing exists, but we know differently. Totally. So we need to explore our understanding of what emptiness is. And that's our endeavor over the coming days. But it's stated by these great masters and teachers. It's summed up in so many ways, in so many persuasions. Emptiness here, emptiness there, emptiness everywhere. What does it really mean? But then, you know that there's always a reason of why these stories are put together. So bringing it down to a practical level, in listening to the story about the mullah, and he's saying, oh, that was me, and having this anecdote about tweening name the sixth patriarch, what did they evoke in you, or what do they elicit in you? This may be where they meet. Have you arrived at in this spiritual journey? When you see the workings of life unfolding for us seamlessly, seemingly, effortlessly, dealing with things as they come up, finding the synchronicities, having the little miracles occur, but having no thought about them, just accepting them as part of that me-ness. How does this equate with emptiness? How do they go together, these two little anecdotes? It's very important. What is your relationship with life? for a self and you can't find it. And if you can point to yourself and say, me, you know very well what this story means of the Mula. You're present, you're doing it, you're taking responsibility.